who is needed to pay the zakah? Payer of zakah. Zakah must be paid by the one who is number one, Muslim. Number two, major, baligh. Number three, sane. And number four, sahibun nisab. These are the four conditions for a person to be declared as a payer of zakah. And sahibun nisab means owner of wealth above the level of nisab. Above mentioned four conditions are described respectively in the following lines. Zakah is not obligatory on a non-Muslim, as zakah is an ibadah, an act of pure worship, and a non-Muslim is not obligated to carry out the ibadah of Islam. A person must be major to qualify as a zakah payer. Minors are not under a further obligation to perform acts of ibadah such as prayers, salat, and fasting, sawm, because they lack legal capacity. They are accordingly exempt from paying zakah by reason of absence of legal capacity. The zakah payer must be sane. In this regard, two situations must be distinguished. The child who at maturity is insane. In this case, the insane person, upon regaining his intellect, is exempt from payment of zakah for the duration of his insanity. Liability for zakah attaches to him from the time he regains his sanity, and accordingly his zakah year is calculated from such date. Number two, the person, although sane at the time of maturity, subsequently thereto becomes insane. In this case, if the insanity lasts for a whole year, the insane person is exempt from zakah for this period, and his zakah year is therefore deemed to commence from the date of recovery of sanity. On the other hand, if the insanity remains for a part of the year, then he is liable for the zakah for that year. Nisaab is the threshold or line which separates those who are duty bound to give zakah from those who are not. In other words, Nisaab is the minimum amount of wealth whose owner is deemed to be wealthy in the conception of Sharia, and zakah is obligatory on him. For example, one who owns 87.48 grams of gold or 612.36 grams of silver, or its equivalent amount of cash or trading assets, is called sahibun nisab, and it is obligatory on him to pay zakah. That is 2.5% of his total zakahable assets to those who deserve zakah. A detailed description of those that are eligible to receive zakah is described in the coming topic, recipient of zakah. So everyone is not required to pay the zakah. Only rich people are required to pay zakah. And the required amount of wealth to become rich is also given. That is 87.48 grams of gold or 612.36 grams of silver, or its equivalent amount of cash or trading assets, not the assets which you have kept for use, trading assets.